Why would you buy a BRZ? Why wouldn't you get a WRX? They're so much better and faster. A BRZ isn't practical at all. You're driving a glorified Miata. You could have gotten an FRS for way cheaper than you got your BRZ from. What's going on, guys? So one question I always get, no matter where I go or where I am, is why the hell would you buy a BRZ? And it's one of those things that, like, I don't really have like a solid answer to give. This car is just like the best car I've ever owned and the best looking car I've ever owned. Now, everyone says, oh, it's super slow. Why would you want a slow sports car? I mean, this car's got 200 horsepower and I've done some things to it and it's a little bit faster than it was, but I don't think this car's really that slow. I used to drive a Dodge Dart, so this car to me is a lot faster than the Dodge Dart was. So this car is not slow by any means to me. A good one I get a lot is, why wouldn't you just buy a WRX? It's such a better, faster car. And I mean, I was looking at a WRX, but then I also just like looked around when I was driving, and how many WRXs do you see versus how many BRZs do you see on the road? I see a WRX every 10 minutes. And I didn't really want to be the same guys driving a WRX like everyone else does. Yeah, you could have built it differently. Yeah, you could have done this and that. But I feel like a WRX is a very oversaturated car that's already been done all the ways you can possibly do it. Yeah, there's some fast ones, there's some clean ones, but that's just not something I was interested in. The BRZ, yeah, a lot of people oversaturate those too, and they just slam it and stance it. But I don't see many of those. I don't think I've ever seen like a crazy modified BRZ before, and I kind of like almost the attention that it brings, because it's just such a, I just love this car. The one that I love is, oh, your BRZ is not practical at all. I mean, that one is really like, so practical in what sense? If it's just me and one other passenger, it's perfectly fine. It's only a problem when I have someone in the back seat, because everyone knows this back seat isn't the biggest. I did move home from college in this car, and I fit everything. Yeah, there's not the most trunk space ever, but at the same time, it's enough that I could move a lot of my stuff home from college. We took 2 cars to move my entire apartment out, and I was perfectly fine with it. I fit everything in here. I didn't need to throw anything out. I think a big part of this car is just like the amount of joy it brings me. I think this car is just like amazing looking. The front bumper, it's got aggression. Yeah, it could use some more aggression with a lip, but we'll get there. And it could use some wheels, because I think the stock wheels are a little bit ugly on here. A lot of people like them, but I just think this car is just like absolutely gorgeous. Like, one of the favorite things that always stuck out to me was the way the roof like kind of dips in, and I don't know, it just looks real mean, and I think it looks really good. I always get people staring at me when I'm driving down the road. Every time I park the car, I look back at it. The only exhaust thing I have done to this car is an axle back, and I don't know if you guys can hear it. But it sounds damn good. Without any other exhaust work, this car sounds fantastic. With just getting rid of my muffler, I love the sound of this car. It pops all the time. It sounds relatively deep, and when you put your foot on it, it gets nice and loud, and that's something I really like. I do want to get a full exhaust system soon. I'm still deciding on which one to get, but I just think this car sounds fantastic. A lot of people also say, well, you're trying to buy parts and modify a car, and you could have gotten a cheaper version of a car. You could have gotten a Toyota 86 or an FRS. So I really didn't want to get an older car that was already modified, and most of the listings that I saw for used BRZs, they were already like modified to a decent extent. And I really wanted to have a stock car to do what I wanted to. And also looking at brochures, the 18s and 17s just had so many more features that I wanted. Like my whole tachometer is all like digital, and I think that's a super cool thing. I got the whole winter package on this, and I couldn't find that with a lot of the other ones. So, I mean, I was really happy with getting this one in particular. I didn't like the Toyota 86 at all. I just thought the front bumper, it looks like a weird sand shark, and I'm not into that. I just think they're really ugly. And then I really didn't want to be seen driving a Scion because, honestly, because of the stigma of Scions. Not hating on any of you guys, you Scion FRS owners, but there's a stigma behind Scions, and I really wasn't trying to be a part of that. Also, the front of the BRZ looks way more aggressive than the FRS in 86, in my opinion, so that's also why I really wanted to get a BRZ. So I know that I promised you guys that I would get you guys more like install content, but I'm moving soon, and moving's expensive if you guys didn't know, so right now I'm saving a lot. I'm gonna try to do my best. I have some things planned that aren't too expensive that would still be kind of cool, so I'll keep you guys updated on all of that.
Hi, how may I help you?
Hi, can I get a medium iced mocha with cream only?
Medium iced mocha with cream only, anything else?
That's it. Yeah, we gotta get that caffeine fill up. I think it's funny how low my car is compared to this drive-thru window. Now, I think a lot of people probably ask if I have any regrets about buying this car at all. And the only regret I really do have is I probably should have waited a little bit longer. Get the fuck out the road. People are just walking in the middle of the damn road around me. I don't get it, high schoolers. But the only regret I really have is not waiting a little bit longer and saving before I got this car. My car payment is relatively high on it because I didn't pay it off yet. And I should have waited a little bit, but at the same time, I think I got it at a good time because it kind of kept me more occupied throughout my last semester of college because it gave me opportunity to start YouTubing and vlogging, and I think that's something I've always wanted to really do, so I started doing it. So yeah, the BRZ to me, it just like compared to like a WRX, like, I really did want a Subaru because Subarus, you know, they last forever, of course, unless you modify them, which I'm doing. But I think Subarus, like, they always have that thing, they always last forever. And I know the 86 and FRS are the same engine, but I think the BRZ just appealed to me so much more. And a lot of people also have said it, that an FRS or an 86 is a poor man's BRZ. I don't know if anyone else has heard that except for me, but I've heard that plenty of times. To me, the BRZ is, like, it's perfect. I knew it didn't have the crazy amount of power, and I've read everything about it, but I also wanted a car that I could modify and make it how I wanted it, and that's why I got a BRZ, is because I wanted the customization like ability. There's a really big aftermarket thing for this car. The WRX definitely has more, but this has got what I need. Just wish that things were cheaper so I could hurry up and boost the car already and make mad amount of power. But you know, it's fine. It gives me something to work towards. This car honestly gives me more motivation. It's been a while since I've done an install, which I apologize for. It sucks, but as I said, I gotta save a lot of money. I'm pretty much saving like every dollar at this point for my Florida living. Alright guys, this is really all I have for you today. I just kind of wanted to touch on points of why I bought a BRZ, because I get questions like that all the time. I hope that what I said kind of like answered the question good enough. If you guys have more questions, I mean, I'll be sure to answer them. Alright, so I'm gonna leave you guys here. You know, comment, like, subscribe, do all the fun shit. We still need to think of a good phrase so I can put that on a shirt or something. But keep doing you guys, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.